You know, what are you really watching? Are you really watching what's going on in the fight, or are you just listening to what people are saying and what they're writing, and you're just repeating that and mimicking that? Or do you not realize and understand Kell wasn't slipping punches? Kell wasn't moving away from punches. Kell locked, clinched, held, broke apart, grabbed again to defend punches. There is a difference. Do you actually really believe that we could have went to England and grabbed Kell Brook and held Kell Brook and not been disqualified? Think about that for a second.
That's true.
Could we have gone to England and defended our title like that?
No. They would have broke you as soon as you touched.
Yeah. They would have had points taken away from us and everything else. Adrian Bronner held not even 25% as much as Kell Brook. And Adrian Bronner had points taken away for holding because he was warned. But if you go back and look at the Sean Porter Kell Brook fight, you will not hear the referee warning. So, you know, these things come into play during a fight, and it's Sean's number one. He's the first person that has to make the right moves and listen to the corner to avoid those situations. But at the same time, you know, what are you guys really watching? Are you really understanding what's going on, the dynamics of what's going on, or are you just hearing and this is where you get your information from? And this is what you're repeating. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
Because if you spent any time in boxing, actually done it, competed in any type of way or anything like that, you would know that, yeah, some of these things that are happening are not supposed to be happening, but it happens because it's boxing. And people don't get that part. But it wouldn't happen in the NBA, or it wouldn't happen in the NFL, or it wouldn't happen in Major League Baseball because there's a players association. There's a union. There's representation. Somebody would shut everything down and say, "Oh, wait, you just broke the rules and regulations." I just found out, dude, for 2 years now, somebody's been trying to be me and apply for a license in the state of Texas with my name.
What?
To work a corner. So the first time it came to me and I saw it, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't put your social and your other stuff down here, but they have my address and name and everything. You didn't put this down, but you paid your fee and everything." You know, somebody trying to use my name. Oh, I didn't really pursue it, toss it out.
Right.
But came back around this year, and I had an office assistant, and he's like, "Hey, this person has done this again." I said, "Well, contact the boxing commission in Texas, and let's find out what's going on here, and let them know that I've never applied for a license in the state of Texas."
Right.
And they're asking for my social and different things like that, and saying that the application is not complete. Well, the person tried to make the phone call and find out. Guess what? There's no boxing commission in Texas. They don't have a boxing commission.
What?
See, but y'all thought y'all knew everything about boxing, but y'all don't realize and understand there are even states that don't even have commissions. So if the rules don't apply in that state, but then you come to New York or you come to Vegas and then somebody says, "Here's the rule," maybe it is, maybe it ain't. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. And who's going to stop us?
Right.
Nobody's going to stop us. Nobody's going to stop people. Because as long as the person that you're trying to stop has enough money and enough power behind them, nothing will ever be said about it.
Wow.
Nothing will ever be done about it. See what I'm saying? So there's no uniformity. There's no national governing body that's saying everybody has to follow this rule. Everybody has to follow this regulation. We get to the state of New York and they tell us against Keith Thurman, you know, if there's a headbutt, we'll stop the fight after the 5th round. Wait a minute, hold on a second. After a headbutt, you're going to stop the fight after the 4th round. No, we're going to get the 5th round in, and then we'll stop it before the 6th round starts. Now, I got Joe Cortez with me, who's been a referee for unbelievable amount. Yeah, forever. And Hall of Fame. He said, "Hold on a second. No. If there's a headbutt, unintentional, intentional, whatever it is, and it has to be, the fight has to be stopped, we got to get 4 rounds in the book, and you stop the fight after the 4th round and go to the scorecards." They said, "No, we're going to stop the fight after the 5th round, and that means you got to start the 6th round before we go to the scorecards." Wow. So they're arguing back and forth, and my point I'm making about all of that, which I went all the way around to come back to this, Who's the national governing body here? Who's making the rules? Who's making the regulations here? The people with the money. The people with the power. So you guys are sitting there just running your mouth about this. You don't realize and understand they're doing whatever they want to do with this. There's nothing we can do about this. So guess what happened that day?
What's that?
There was nothing we could do about that. Luckily enough, there was no headbutts on either behalf. Because somebody would have to put 6 rounds in with an injury that you've said forever. We stop them after 4, but now we got to go into the 6 rounds. So someone's carrying an injury and going back out there being, you know, possibly hurt because you guys don't have a national governing body. Not someone who's going to implement rules and everyone follows them. So if it's all about power and it's all about money and that's what's controlling it, don't always look and see what you hear people saying on television and take that verbatim as to what it is. If you really, really want to know what's going on, follow the money.
So how do you stay, you know, just so motivated? How do you not get frustrated training for fights knowing that all of that exists, knowing that all of that could potentially be against you?
I tell my fighter, and there's only one at this point, and there's been, you know, multiple guys, there's lots of guys, but I just don't waste my time. I don't allow people to waste my time. So if you're going to give me a boxer and you're going to say, oh, he's fast and he's flashy and he can punch and he's this and he's that, but what kind of character does he have? Is he going to listen? Is he coachable? Are we going to have to go pull him out of this house and that house, pull him out of that club and that club? Is he running around, you know, with girls and all this kind of stuff and the entourage, all of those things that are going to take him down? I don't want it. I'll pass. So I tell my fighter, you have to do everything you're supposed to do. Everything. Training, eating, resting, being focused, mental preparation, physical preparation, nutrition, spiritualism. All of these things have to balance out. And when you've done everything you're supposed to do and everything you can do, you walk the rings and they can still do something to stop you or to derail you or to change what you've worked all your life for. But that's all you can do. Now, if it's one of these things that you left out, you forgot to, you know, stay focused, or you didn't eat right and had to lose weight at the last minute, or you weren't resting because you were out partying, hanging out too much. Yeah, there's a good chance you're going to lose before you get there, because they're going to do everything they can, if they can, to take it away from you. But now you gave them an opportunity to take it away from you because you weren't prepared. So failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So I tell him to do everything that he's supposed to do, so you can walk up them steps with confidence, know you did everything you're supposed to do. And if it still don't go your way, then that's what you're going to have to deal with. But you don't want to do it and know that I wasn't eating right, or know that I was hanging out too much, or know that, you know, my focus wasn't there. That's your fault. Don't let it be your fault.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I tell them.
Yeah, I know.